And we're back. So, why is there clapping? Okay, my hair's still wet. That's never gonna change. So, again, welcome back. This tutorial-ish type thing. One, it's really just me needing to get ready for the day, and there were like a couple things I wanted to try to do. Two, I wanted to use the 350 palette. I haven't used it in a while. And I wanted to try to challenge myself to use some of the shades I normally don't when I grab that palette. Three, So I wanted to try taking the Fenty Pro Matte Foundation and adding some liquid illuminator in there and seeing how that wears. And then just like a few other things. I don't do my whole face. It's just a couple of things and then I come back on. But you know, for all those rambles, if you want to see how I did this look, then please keep watching. I hope you have a great day, week, month, whatever. And, you know, I'm going to go live my Saturday. So, thanks. Keep watching. So, I just primed my eyes with some Tarte Shape Tape. I don't know, I wanted to say Shape and Tape. Tarte Shape Tape in, like, neutral. And then I'm not going to set them. So I'm going to take this e.l.f. Of course it doesn't have a name. So this is like a liquid, soft, matte, like eyeshadow that says like to put on and it will dry. And then you can add more on if you want to intensify it. This is in soft beige. This was on clearance. It was $2, but I thought it might make a good all over lid color. Especially when doing like matte eyes, since it looks like a very, I don't know, kind of reminds me of like a peach smoothie creme brulee baby liquid form. So I don't know. I just wanted to try it. So I'm not going to set that since this is a liquid product. And I am going to use the applicator for now. And then I'll take my finger and dab it. And I'm actually going to take a brush. I'm going to take this Wet n Wild. I believe it's a small concealer brush. And I'm going to kind of... So as you can see, it doesn't have a lot of pigment. Since it says you can go in there and build it up, I'm going to take another go around on it. I'm doing this before I put any powders down, since you want to make sure you do your creams before. It's getting all over my eyelashes. I would suggest putting it on a brush first before going in on your eyes, because it did get all over my lashes. So I'm going to be doing some things like just different. I'm going to try different techniques that I just don't normally do. Some people do them, some I don't know if people do them, but so that was one of them. I don't normally do that. And then I am going to take the Morphe 350. I feel like I haven't used this in a while. This is the original. And I'm going to take this shade here. It's almost like a duochrome, beigey, goldish, pinkish. I'm going to take that same Wet n Wild brush, and I'm going to take some MAC Fix Plus. I'm almost going to use that shade to set my eyelid, not all over the eyelid, but mainly all of it. It kind of feels sticky. I do feel like it gave a nice base for that shadow to go on. Usually when I use a 350, I live in this orange section, and I keep trying not to use shades that I normally use. So I'm going to try to live in this section, even though I want to live in this section. I literally said, no, I'll go in. I'm going to go in with this shade right here. And I'm taking this on a Morphe MB23. This is my favorite. And then because I have nowhere to go and nothing to do, and I don't need this to shine right, I'm going to take this shade right here. For the look I'm wearing, I really would want to go in with like a warm brown, which is all over here. But I said I wasn't going to do that, so we're trying not to. So we're taking this one down here. I also want to take this because I feel like when I look at my palette, that's the only one that has never been touched, like not swatched or anything. Not used, so I'm going to go in with this and almost look like a very gray brown. I'm going to take one of the Wet n Wild. This is like a small like tapered blending brush or like a small crease brush. I wish they had the names on here, but I love this. And then I'm going to take the MB23 again, clean it up. There's no product on this. And then we're keeping the top of the eyes real simple, so that is done. This is already dirty because I was swatching. Clean up any fallout. For moisturizer all over my face, I'm taking the L'Oreal Hydra Genius for oily skin. I think they have dry skin too. This feels like you're putting water all over your skin and it's somehow absorbing it. It's great. Dries quickly, I've talked about it. And I'm also taking the Dr. Brandt Needles No More 3D Volumizing Mask. I keep getting minis of these in the 500 points. It's like all the Dr. Brandt stuff that I won't spend the money on, but I absolutely adore. And this 3D volumizing mask is specifically, it says like to pat in like your fine lines. So I've been using this. I like literally have a couple of these over with my moisturizers, patting it into my fine lines to plump them up. For primer, I'm going to take the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer. This is the smoothing primer. I have not used this before. I've heard good things. It wasn't what I was expecting to come out. I don't know what I was expecting. It feels different. I mean, this is a smoothing primer. It really does make your face look smoother. I like really don't want to get hooked on this primer, but that felt really nice. So we'll see how makeup goes over it. Something else I see more on Instagram than on YouTube is people going in before foundation with their concealer and then with their contour. So I'm not going to do the contour, but I did want to try going in with my heavier concealer that I actually want to conceal with before going in with my foundation, and then doing more of a highlighting concealer after my foundation. I don't know, just to see if I like it. So I'm taking the Tarte Shape Tape in light neutral, and I'm really going to go under these eyes and cover them up. As you can see, if you've watched my videos, this is not as much concealer as I usually go in with, especially lately. I usually just take a few dots under my eyes, but I'm trying this as the more concealing. So I also had a couple like spots that I wanted to conceal, and the sides of my nose are incredibly red and get red throughout the day. So I'm doing this to see if maybe before I put on foundation, it will cancel out a lot of that. You hear the alarm in the background, that's because I live by a fire station. As you can see, that did cancel out a lot. You can see where I have my redness. So on to foundation. I don't know why I clapped a crap ton. So for foundation, something that I'm doing a little bit differently, I am going to take the Fenty Pro Filter Matte Foundation in shade 190. I love this foundation. But I know I've seen, and I have done before, I just have not done it recently, taking a liquid illuminator and putting it into a foundation. I love the Fenty foundation, but it is incredibly matte. And the one thing I notice as time goes on, that it starts to look cakey in some areas because it is so matte. So I wanted to try putting the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in with Fenty because I've never done that before. I kind of want to see how it makes it look and how it makes it wear. I'm going to take, that's one full pump? No, we'll do 1.5. And then this is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal. I've had this a while. And that. And then I'm mixing it with a finger. Oh no, that should color be good. I put on a V-neck shirt so that maybe I could better understand my shade because I haven't been lately. I will say, looking at the foundation, I don't know if it comes across on camera, but especially on the top of my cheekbones, it seems much more dewy, and it seems like it changed the finish of not even the finish, the finish of the foundation. But one of the reasons that like I love the Fenty foundation for like doing it for work in the morning is because it dries down so fast. And it's like dry, but not as dry, which would make sense, especially with the finish. So again, we will see. I like how it looks looking at it. It seems very light reflective, which is nice. So that might be a good thing because I love matte foundation, but even the Fenty, just like a too matte for me, kind of. Sometimes I love it, so probably for winter, too matte for me. Okay. So I'm going to go do the rest of my face. Since I changed up my highlight, my concealer a little bit, I'm just going to tell you the different thing I'm going to do. I'm going to take the Wet n Wild Illuminati Highlighting and Concealing Pen in Ivory Into You. And I'm just going to take this a little bit under my eyes, and then in those spots I want to highlight with. This is an incredibly light concealer and isn't really concealing in actuality. It is more of an illuminating pen, so that is why I'm going to use it. But I'm going to go do the rest of my face, and then I'll come back to finish the eyes and all that. But we've seen what I'm about to do pretty much, so. Okay, catch you on the flip side. So Dom came in here and started talking to me, and then I kind of forgot that my camera wasn't on and to film the lower lash line. But all I did was take my Morphe E36, and then I took that first shade we went in with, and I just put it all over my bottom lash line, just smoothed it out. And then I took the Marc Jacobs gel highlighter in Grapevine and stuck that in my waterline. This looks so beautiful with the pinky duochromes and the browns. Love it. And finished up the rest of my face. For brow bone highlight, I went in with this white shade. It's actually really nice matte white shade if you don't like shimmers. And then, yeah, that completes this look. I've done some like up close, and I don't know, I think it must be the primer in here. Looks beautiful. Usually that, and on this side a little bit more I can see it. Usually it looks cakey on me, or eventually it will. So I kind of want to see how this looks, but it looks a lot smoother in these two areas than normal. Now, it was a smoothing primer, so that would make sense. I've never used one like that before. Usually I do pore minimizing, but maybe I should be using smoothing since that's my issue there. So I really, really like that. I like how this foundation is. I mean, I go in with so much powder and other stuff for mattifying that, I mean, it looks good. Maybe it's just, I think maybe in my forehead I see a little bit of shine. I really want to test more of the wear of it. So I'll probably leave that all down in the description box, how this wore throughout the day in terms of that. I actually kind of think I liked going in with the concealer underneath of my foundation. I don't know why it seems less is heavy. Less is heavy. Less. You know what I mean. But yeah, all in all, I actually kind of like this look. It's a very, for me, natural go about your day look. So, that duochrome eyeshadow is beautiful. Up close, there's like a iridescent purple shift in it that's really neat. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this look, kind of using different products, kind of different techniques or different ways than I do things normally. Yeah, and just getting ready with me. That's the main thing. I enjoy, this was me getting ready for my day. And it's kind of nice to sit down and get ready with someone. Sometimes it's nice. I don't usually get ready with people in my room, but I feel like people talk about it and it sounds fun. So thank you for getting ready with me, and see you in the next one. Please comment, rate, link, subscribe. Or, as always, just keep watching.